Just enjoy life.
Ladies and gentlemen, Eminent Sports Broadcasting is back. Talk about another topic in the beautiful sport of boxing. I'm your host, Classic, and I'm with my co-host.
Loso, in case you ain't know so.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And we are discussing today Devin Haney, Regis Prograis, Frank Martin, and Shakur Stevenson. What you think about that topic, my brother?
Mr. I want all the smoke, man. Come on. Oh, man. Where do we begin? With Sugar hating Shakur.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Sugar hating Shakur. Always stirring up the pot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hating his one-time friend, now foe. My man Devin the Dream Haney. Man, I don't know where to begin on that one. But I think let's get to it. You know, Devin holding all the cards. You know, Regis just sitting there waiting, playing his seaside position.
Yeah.
Not even the B-side, C-side position. You know what I mean? Waiting to get that life raft on to him. You know what I mean? Get saved by Dad. Shakur and Martin, they supposed to fight. Let's see if it happens.
Purse bid scheduled for, I think, the 5th of September, if I'm not mistaken. It's either the 4th or the 5th. What do you think happens with that purse bid?
The zone probably wins it.
Yeah?
Yeah. Because, bro.
I didn't even think about the zone when I thought about the
we
purse
know
bid.
That Bob Arum, if he don't believe in the fight, he's done that already. He did it with T.O.
Yeah.
And T.O. is you know what I mean?
If he doesn't think it's going to generate that buzz.
He don't think it's going to generate that much money. He ain't going to put up the bread.
I think this one generates a lot of buzz, though. Frank Martin and
I mean, yeah.
and Shakur?
Because now they using my man Haney. You know what I mean? Shakur piggybacking off of Dev. Talking shit about Dev. He had the audacity to say that he bigger than Dev. He a bigger draw than Dev. Like, come on, man. Stop that. Stop that. Before Devin Haney was fighting in the Hulu Center. Hulu Theater.
Yeah.
He and that big boy. Doing big boy numbers. When Dev went over to Australia to fight Cambosis.
Yeah.
They're in the big boy arena. Doing big numbers. Where was your boy Cambosis fighting last time?
When this fight that he just had with Quigley?
Yeah.
Was it Quigley that he fought?
I don't know. Where was he fighting though?
I think it was he fought like
he was over there fighting in
Oklahoma.
He was over there fighting in Tulsa.
Tulsa.
You know what I mean?
Oklahoma.
He was fighting in the bar that Sylvester Stallone owned out there in Tulsa, King, man. Goddamn. Like, come on, bro. People need to put some respect on my man's name, bro. Never bring it out. And hey, Shakur doing what he's supposed to do, I guess. Latching on to Dev. You know what I mean? Trying to build his name, build his fight.
Yeah. I mean, my guy I like Frank Martin. Yeah, I mean, I'm a big, and I know no apologies. I don't try to hide it. I'm a big Earl Spence fan. He's one of my favorite fighters. So he has a top contender in that division. I'm riding with Frank. I do feel like Shakur is the better fighter. Yeah, I mean, he's shown the more versatility. He's shown a lot of skills. And he's showing a lot of determination. He's showing that he wants these fights. I think he's going about it the wrong way. You know what I mean? He's basically developing Terrence Crawford's personality a little bit mixed with his, and it's just a bad combination. So he's going about trying to achieve his goals and lure these guys into fights, maybe because of frustration, because he is getting avoided by a lot of fighters. So maybe this is the reason why he's going about it the way he's going about it.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I just think it's corny, bro. Just think it's corny. Just do your thing. Wait your time.
So Regis Prograis and Devin Haney, how come that fight hasn't been signed, sealed, and delivered yet?
Oh, I heard it's November now. They talking about November. So we'll see.
I think in that fight hype interview, that's what Regis was trying to say. He wanted that fight in that time frame. Actually, and Devin Haney wanted it. No, Devin Haney wanted it in that time frame. No.
Yeah, well, Devin wanted to move it because it was initially slated for the same weekend as Tyson Fury and Ngannou.
Ooh.
The original date.
So that's when is that when Regis wanted it? Nah, so Regis wanted it for that weekend then.
We just didn't even know what date, man. We just trying his hardest to get out the fight.
So you're saying Regis don't want the fight? Regis don't want the fight?
He don't want the fight.
Huh?
He cool. He'd do it because Regis prideful, so he don't want to get. He don't want to look like a sucker.
Okay.
You know what I mean? He don't want a 135-pounder to come up, be the one. He be the one to be called out of all the 4 champions. Devin chose him. Basically, like, yo, all right, I want his belt. That's the food. I want to eat his plate. Give me Regis. Right? So Regis feel a certain type of way about that. Right? So he's trying his hardest to trying to back up out the fight. Like he has any leverage, which he has zero. Talking about, I could go fight Broner. That's a bigger fight. I could go fight Tio. Tio ain't calling you. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody gonna pay no money for you to fight Broner. Get about it, man. So come on, the fight is you and Dev, and you gonna fight when Dev say you gonna fight, and that's it.
Yeah, because Dev is the businessman in that scenario, right? He is the promoter, co-promoter of the event. You know what I mean? He's looking at the analytics. He's looking at the possible gate and revenue that they can bring in on pay-per-view, and going up against Tyson Fury and Ngannou. Even if they're both gonna be pay-per-view, right? Yeah, so you're gonna be drawn. It's not like when Devin Haney fought Kambosos the same night that Wilder fought Hellenius. His shit was on free ESPN.
Mm-hmm.
While Wilder's shit was on pay-per-view, and I felt like that hurt Wilder in a lot of those pay-per-view buys.
That was a bad choice. Why would I pay pay-per-view to watch Wilder when I could watch Devin Haney?
Well, it wasn't a bad choice by Wilder because they made their announcement on date first, and then ESPN countered after that date was already established. You see, ESPN they got something in.
They made the smarter business decision.
They got it in for Wilder, bro.
They ain't even yeah.
They got it in for Wilder. They hate Wilder. They got something against Wilder.
But you got to be able to. They should have countered and made the pay-per-view cheap. That was just dumb. Like, who wants to watch Wilder fight Hellenius when you could watch Devin Haney for Kambosos, even though you watched him?
I watched Wilder and Hellenius.
You was one of like the 88,000 people worldwide.
I mean, that was a way better event. That the card was pretty good, bro. Come on, bro. Wilder, Hellenius, Plant, and Durrell.
Hellenius.
The card was a better card. It was a better night of boxing.
I walked through the Sawgrass Mall, and not one person know who that man is. Start the cap. Come on, man. Start the cap. Bad choice. They should have dropped the pay-per-view down to $19.99.
Nah.
Yeah, that's what they should have did.
I don't think that changes anything.
Switched it to a flat fee, pay Wilder his bread, change the pay-per-view about $19.99, and give Hellenius a.
It's a bad pivot. You can't do that.
Split. Yes, you can. You can do whatever you want.
I mean, if you're in competition with another entity, you know what I'm saying, you can't pivot off your date. The most you can do is try to beef up the undercard, maybe add something here and there, and just beef up your promotion. You can't drop the price, move off the date because someone's throwing a young gun on free TV. You got to stick to your guns. You got to show that you got to show, and you got to basically back up the fact that you feel like you have the stronger event, which I do feel like they had the stronger event because it was a rematch. That was the rematch when Kambosos and Haney fought. And we saw what happened in the first fight.
Yeah, nobody wanted to see that fight either.
Nobody wanted to see the fight, but it came off of.
At least they were smart enough to put it for free.
No, but what I'm saying is it was coming off of. I agree with you. Wilder and Haney is possibly it should have been free. Then it would have been.
Of course, it should have been.
It would have been much more competitive in terms of views. You know what I'm saying? But ESPN had that day on lock. Because that was the same day that they had Clarissa Shields and Savannah Marshall, and then they had Baumgartner and what's the other girl that she fought? Baumgartner and Michaela Mayer. Yep. So that was the same day. So they had that in the daytime, and that shit piggybacked. That shit basically Devin Haney and Kambosos piggybacked off that event. And then it rolled into the night, going into the same night when Wilder and Hellenius and Plant and Darrell fought. So, I mean, that was just a bad situation in terms of going up against a free boxing event. Mm-hmm. But the Regis Prograis and Devin Haney fight. What do you think about the fight?
I think it's a good fight for Dev. You know what I mean? Go up there, get you a nice little 140 belt, face a little punch, go in there against a puncher, do some work. You know what I mean? And I think it's a good fight.
Yeah.
It's a good test for him. You know what I mean? It's a good fight to introduce him to the 140 division. Not a cherry pick. Good opponent. Strong opponent, and it's a good test for him. And it's a good barometer to see, okay, where I'm at in this division. You know, you see, he's one of the bigger punches in that division.
Yeah.
So he can see. It's a good test for him. Good matchup. I like it. I mean, it's a perfect matchup for him.
Give me this in there. Give me how it plays out, that fight.
I think Haney outboxes him 10-2, 11-1. I think he goes out there, puts on a masterclass performance. I think the fight against Lomachenko only made him better. Made him so much better. You know, that was the first time where he had to face true adversity.
Who won that fight? He
faced adversity against Linares.
Who won that fight?
Devin won that fight.
Yeah? What was your scorecard again?
I had it by 8-4, 7-5 at worst.
Yeah.
You know?
I remember when that fight happened. I was in Carolina, and then me and you were talking about it. I was in North Carolina. My daughter had a dancing event, some competition out there. So on my way back, you were giving me a little bit of details on the fight, and you were talking about how everyone's everyone's in an uproar right now. A lot of people feel that Lomachenko won the fight, and like I said, I said I can't. Everyone always says something negative about a fight, this or that, but they don't got no fucking scorecard. Where your scorecard at? I said first line of business as soon as I got home, what was I gonna do? Look for that fight and watch it and give you my scorecard. Yeah. And I don't see what the conspiracy was or the outrage was, because if anyone deserved to win that fight, I feel like it was Haney. I only had it by 2 rounds, but to take away 2 more rounds and let's say to give Lomachenko another round, or to give Lomachenko 2 rounds, take 2 rounds away from Haney, give Lomachenko 2 more rounds. How are you even gonna do that?
I don't know.
Or I would say take 1 round, because if you took 1 round from Devin Haney and gave it to Lomachenko, you'd have a draw, right, on my scorecard. You know what I'm saying? I had it by Devin Haney by 2 rounds. But the thing that makes me a little upset is when you look at Lomachenko's face, right? The night of that fight, you could clearly see that he was
beat up,
right? Let me pull up
body beat up. Like Devin said, the boy went to the hospital that night. Devin said he went home and had threes.
So the problem I'm having, right? So this is gonna say it all right here. It's a video I'm fucking clicking on, cocksuckers. This is a problem that I have, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just gonna pull up this real quick. I'm not gonna click on anything because I'm trying. I didn't get an image. Anyways, look at Lomachenko's face in this image, right?
Beat up,
right? So a lot of people, right?
Mm-hmm.
Devin Haney like 50% to the face, 50% to the body. So if Lomachenko's face looked like this, Los, and Devin Haney landed equal to the face and to the body, how are you going to say this man won the fight? And mind you, the end result doesn't tell the what happened in the fight. But if you're going to say one guy landed into the body, one guy landed most of his punches to the face, which they said Lomachenko landed on Devin Haney. How come Devin Haney's face looked nothing like that? And I don't want to hear about skin complexion and shit like that, because it just doesn't add up.
It doesn't.
It absolutely doesn't add up. Lomachenko visibly was beaten in that fight, to the head, to the body. Devin Haney mixed it up pretty well. I thought he was a little weight drained. He looked a little vulnerable in that fight. He didn't look the best. I thought he was going to wash Lomachenko. Very competitive fight.
Very competitive fight. What people got to understand, man. Lomachenko was fighting for his dream, bro. Lomachenko was fighting for his dream.
Yeah.
Was he prime Lomachenko? No, but he was older, experienced Lomachenko. You know what I mean? We know great fighters, i.e. Floyd. A lot of great fighters as they get older. No, are they as fast as they ever been? No. Are they as quick as they ever been? No. But still, they got the IQ. They got the experience. You know, and he had that over a Devin Haney, where he had over 300 amateur fights. Yeah. High level amateur fights, not no, you know, backyard Golden Glove or silver champion. No, dude was fighting Olympic fights, international fights, 300 of them joints. You know what I mean? Multiple weight classes. From his second fight as a pro, he's been fighting for a belt. Either fighting for it or he had it. You know what I mean? So all his fights been championship fights. You understand?
Or eliminators or...
Yeah. So the man got hella experience. He's bringing his A+ performance, his A game. He had his country on his back. He tried his hardest, man. And Devin fought through the adversity and came out the victor, man. I salute him. And I think that's only going to make him that much better, you know? So, and when it goes to Devin versus Shakur, I believe that's what Devin has over Shakur. You know what I mean? He done been through them experiences.
Yeah.
Shakur never been through those experiences. You know what I mean? Never been through those experiences. So even if it's a back and forth fight between him and Devin, we seen Devin prevail. Even after the hard 10th and 11th round, Devin had versus Loma, he came out 1-12. We never seen Shakur in that situation before. You know what I mean? So, bro, there's something to be said about being battle tested, bro. You know what I mean? So we know Devin's been battle tested, man. Shakur ain't been battle tested.
Yeah.
So
What about Nakatilia?
what about him?
He fought Nakatilia, man.
Yoshino?
Nah, man. I think he fought was an African
Man,
guy, Nakatia. That's the guy that
come
hit him.
on,
Remember,
bro.
he hit him with a good body shot, and then Shakur like basically just like boxed him the rest of the way, and that's when he got a lot of criticism from Tim Bradley.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think I might have missed
I
that
remember I was
fight.
kind of like saying Nakatia was. I think that Nakatia might be a really good fighter. I think a lot of people are not giving him the credit for the performance that he had against Shakur. You know what I mean? He kind of like showed a little something. He had a fight after that. I think he knocked someone out, and then his very next fight, he fought on the pay-per-view of, I can't remember which pay-per-view it was. Maybe it was Crawford and Porter. If I'm not sure. I'm not 100%. But he got knocked out. So Shakur's biggest win to date is Oscar Valdez.
And that isn't aging well.
And it's not aging well.
It's not aging well. So what Navarrete did him. Not a good fighter.
Navarrete special though.
Yeah, he's another really good fighter. You know? But I don't know, man. We'll see what he do with Frank Martin if that fight even happens.
You think that fight happens though, man?
Could. I mean, he's running out of options, and Top Rank really wants him. He's gun ho about getting that belt. He wants that belt so bad. You know what I mean?
So he's so okay. So you going through this situation right now. You want Devin Haney really, really bad, right? Devin Haney is scheduled for an event. You know what I'm saying? You show up at the event, you send in bottles to the man saying sign a contract, this, that, whatever. Then he sends you a contract and he's saying, yo, you getting 25%, nigga. And then you turn it down because you're saying that ain't enough. How is that not enough though, man? I'm trying to understand. Like, okay.
And hold on, because we heard the news that came out earlier this week. They say, come to find out that 25% was $8 million. Almost triple of what he's been paid. His highest payday, which was reportedly $3 million.
And you got a shot at all the belts.
And you got a shot at all the belts.
So now you're going to fight Frank Martin for one belt. Possibly you're going to fight Frank Martin for one belt. But what if PBC just like goes through the motions? You know what I'm saying? Has the purse bid. And if they win it, hey, maybe they put the event on. If they lose it, they probably say, you know what? We're just going to put Frank up against Tank Davis.
Could do that too.
That just basically took all the luster, all the attention that you've been garnering for the fight that you're trying to build. And then they pivot and say, you know what? We're just going to have an in-house fight. Frank Martin versus Tank Davis. Bigger fight.
I just think Shakur is going about this all the wrong way. You know what I mean? And what he's going to do is get himself blackballed, get himself left out the party. You understand? Because just the way he moving and operating, man. Like there's a way he could, like there's a certain way that he should be approaching trying to get these fights, and I don't think the way he's doing it is the right way to do it. Like if I'm him, I would just sit back. I wouldn't have to talk shit about these other fighters, do that sucker shit he doing with Dev, sucker shit he doing with Tank. You know what I mean? He in everybody's locker room.
Yeah.
Jumping in pictures, doing this, doing that. Like, bro, come on. And then turn around talking shit about him. That's corny. That's whack.
I will keep it real though.
That's whack.
From the very beginning when I first saw Shakur, he did say out the gate, I ain't got no friends in this shit. He said everybody is basically possibly gonna be my opponent. So I don't really have no friends in this. He did kind of say that like before his name even started buzzing.
You need friends in this. Get these fights. A lot of these fights, you handshake deals, my boy, in the back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A lot of these fights be handshake deals. Dudes looking out for each other. You know what I mean? I believe if he'd have handled it the right way with Dev, respectively, respectfully, like, yo, had them conversations behind closed doors, off social media,
Yeah.
he'd have got the fight. You know what I mean? Because Dev ain't ducking no smoke. They'd have figured it out. Right? Same thing with Tank, too. Like, you'd have got the fight. You know what I mean? But you're going about it the wrong way. You know what I mean? Now he's going to be left out the fight. Because all them guys just going to leave him alone. You know, Tank ain't got to fight nobody. He don't want to. Tank's proven that, yo, he will shun you. You feel me? You see what he doing with Dev, right? Dev calling him out for all them years. He could have been for Dev, but he's not. He don't like that. He's kind of on that Canelo tip, where you got to show the man respect. If you don't show him respect, he ain't gonna give you that payday.
Yeah.
He's not. You know he holds all the cards, and his fights change his opposing fighters' lives.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So look at what it did for Ryan. Ryan was ready to retire a couple times because he was unhappy with his pay.
Unhappy with his life.
And his pay too.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
He brought De La Hoya back to the table. De La Hoya wasn't paying him nothing, a couple $100,000 a fight. You seeing Tank, you seeing Devin making a few million. Like, nah, man, what's going on? Now look, after one fight, Ryan top 5 in the money game in boxing now.
Yeah.
He done jumped everybody. You know what I mean? Just with one fight with Tank. So come on, Tank know he hold that kind of power.
Yeah.
So you over here talking shit, doing little funny side shit. He ain't gonna bless you like that. No, I'm blame him. Talk to me nice, don't talk to me at all, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Shit, is that necessary though in this sport, man? This is a dog eat dog killer mentality type of a sport.
We seen it back in the day, bro. With who was it? We watched the Ali movie. If it's real or not, but didn't Ali do that with Frazier? Right? Talk all that shit, blah blah. But nigga, they was in the car, they was in the back, they was having conversations, bro. You know what I mean? Looking out. It's always been like that. Like
that rivalry kind of went the other way though, man.
Boxing, like they say, it's a small community, bro.
Yeah.
All these guys these top guys known each other since little kids. Let's say the American fighters. They all at all these tournaments.
Yeah.
Since they were young teenagers, bro. They all know each other. They all got the same dream. Now you a sucker. Now we get grown. You see me making money. Now you getting jealous. Now you want to go, nah, bro, that's whack. That's corny. When we used to sit back talking about our dream, talking about this, talking about that. Now you got envy in your heart. You know what I mean? You got jealousy in your heart. And now you doing funny shit. Like, nah.
So let's talk about Frank Martin in this situation, man. This purse big goes off. It doesn't even matter. Let's say whoever wins the shit, right? Frank Martin, Shakur Stevenson. What odds are you giving Frank Martin to pull that fight off?
Giving him a puncher's chance. And I don't even know how big of a puncher he is.
Yeah?
I haven't really seen him stop nobody.
You think Shakur's skills is that? I mean, he did fuck your boy up.
He did fuck up Michelle.
That was your boy. That was the guy you were pulling.
Yeah, Michelle had a bad night.
Was that the Dominican thing aspect of it? Because you a Dominican nigga, or is it because?
Yeah, you know I got to ride with my people, man.
Yeah.
And you know we was in the camp. Well, we was in the camp for the fight prior to that. Me and my brother.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
and you saw Michelle putting in work.
Putting in work.
Looking
but
good.
I also saw putting in work. But he told me personally.
Yeah.
The man has his fight when we was in this camp was probably 2 weeks away. And he had already went 2 or maybe 3 weeks without even eating, maybe eating one meal a day. To do it, have a shake, drink waters, do to be running, he'd be sparring with the shakes. Like he had to cut a lot of weight. So then when he had that fight, won in a nice fashion. Then they turned around, put him in another fight right away.
Put him in the Frank Martin fight
Frank Martin fight. kind of short notice. The man didn't have no time to recover. Wasn't able to rehydrate properly. Didn't let his body rest. So like I said, I seen him. But the dude he was 2 weeks in the camp. Nah, he's probably longer than 2 weeks in the camp. Let's just say he was two to 3 weeks away from the fight, and he wasn't eating. He was just drinking a shake and drinking water, maybe eat one meal a day.
Yeah.
And the man trains like a madman. You know what I mean? So he would tell me he's sparring, he body shaking and all that, still performing, still looking great. So that boy put in work in the gym. So he had to already deal with that, and that's what that's what a whole camp to prepare, and he has to do that. Now you turning him around on short time, short notice versus Frank Martin. But that wasn't the best Michel Rivera.
So do you think that contributed to him possibly taking that diuretic to lose the weight?
Nah, I don't think he did that. I personally don't think he did that. We ain't friends or nothing, but I don't think he did that. He put that on his team, man. He left his team. I think if he did that, he'd have stayed with his team. But he felt betrayed. And I know he loved that team because he showed me. He showed me his room in the gym that he lived in when he came from DR. He lived in that room for like 2 years, maybe 3 years in the gym. You feel me? Like, so he had a lot of love for those dudes. So he felt betrayed when that happened because they did him dirty. And he ain't a dirty fighter. You know what I mean? He's not a dirty fighter. He's a clean fighter. He work hard. Somebody who is starving themselves for a month prior to a fight isn't taking PEDs, bro.
No, but it wasn't like a steroid. It was a diuretic.
But
it was a weight cut drug that he got caught up with.
Then why happen? So think about that. Would you be starving yourself if you know you're about to take a diuretic to cut the weight? What's the point on starving yourself?
No, but it wasn't that camp that you were around him in. It was the one.
But
before.
Still, that's not something you just do all of a sudden. I don't think. You know what I mean, if you're doing it, you're doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's something they slipped on him probably because he was like, "Yo,
struggling.
Come on, man, I'm struggling. I can't make the weight." And they're probably, "Oh, come on, take this. No, don't worry about it.
Got you.
Oh, it's clean. Yeah, it's clean. It's clean." And they did him dirty. You know what I mean? They did him dirty. But I don't think he took it. Like, I think he got bad advice. They misled him, and they took it. And he told my brother, like, they forced him into the fight. He didn't want that fight.
Yeah.
Because he knew he didn't have enough time to recover and get ready. But they forced him into that fight for the money.
His team
wanted the payday. And, they did him dirty, bro. And that's why he left him. That's why he left him.
Yeah, let's see what comes of Michel Rivera in the future, man. Because I like the kid, man.
He just did an interview on the Boxing Voice.
Yeah, I know. I didn't get a chance to. Man, I work so much that I didn't get a chance to really dive into that. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to find some proper balance, but yeah, I'm gonna definitely check that out though.
Hey, but
what was he kind of saying? What was he saying in the interview? If you just give me.
I didn't watch the whole thing.
Yeah,
but I got something better for you guys, man. My brother's dropping a documentary on Michel Rivera. Stephen Fulton, Chris Colbert. So once that drop, I'm gonna drop the link in the description. You guys go ahead and cop that, man. It's gonna be fire, man. Fire.
Yeah. All right.
And you guys will get the whole story.
Yeah, that's interesting, man. Frank Martin, man. I like Frank Martin. I think. But a lot of people don't realize, like, okay, with Frank, Shakur is a master boxer, right? He has like good range. You know what I'm saying? He's in and out darty. You know what I mean? I think Frank Martin, the way he comes in, the counter punching, I think he has a lot of power. You know what I mean? I don't think Shakur fights that well moving backwards. So Frank Martin's gonna be able to find some success if he's able to pressure him, get in that pocket,
and you know
and
what?
hit him with good counters.
I'm eager to see they reach. Both of them reach. I saw something earlier today, what Shane Mosley was saying. And what he was saying was Shakur was having a lot of problems when he was sparring Terrence because Terrence got longer arms. So it was harder for Shakur to get his counter-punching game off. And I think that's the problem. That's the problem you're going to face with Devin. Because Devin got long arms, and he fights long. Those long, straight punches, especially that jab and that two.
Yeah.
You know? So I believe the key to victory against Shakur is getting off first.
Yeah.
If you look at Devin and him sparring 4 or 5 years ago, however long that was, whoever got off first was having success. Both of them were too fast, too ill to counter. But when Devin got off first, he had success. When Shakur got off first, he had success.
Yeah.
So that's what Frank Martin needs to do. Shakur, he's too nice to get off. He's gonna have to get off and get out. Get in, get out. Get in, get out. Get in, get out. And that's how you beat Shakur. Or you gotta make it ugly.
Yeah.
Right? You gotta be able to just get in there and make Shakur fight.
You gotta sell out.
Because Shakur wants to box. He wants to look nice, smooth, clean fight. That's how he wants to fight.
He's been developing a lot of
with him.
He's been
think about it when he lost in the Olympics.
Yeah.
Dude fought him. He didn't box him, he fought him. Right?
Against Robisi, right?
Yeah, he fought him. You know, and when in the amateurs, you're forced to fight, right? Because it's point system, so you got to fight. You got to get your punches off, right? So that's how you beat Shakur. That's how you beat Shakur. You know what I mean? So I think that's how Devin could beat Shakur, and that's what Devin has over Shakur. We ain't seen Shakur fight. We know Devin could fight. He could box, but he could fight too.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen Devin sparring videos? That boy be fighting. You know what I mean? And it's professional fights. Loma, he was fighting Loma. You know what I mean? Devin could fight. He could box and he could fight. Right now, all we know is Shakur could box. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So,
right with Frank though, man. You know what I'm saying? Man down, you know what I'm saying? Team Spence. That's how I'm riding, man. Regardless of whether I think he's gonna win or not. That's what I'm pulling for. Devin Haney and Regis Prograis. I think Devin Haney has supreme skills. I think he beats everybody on this here. I think he is the real deal. I mean, as if he fights Tank in that division, at least 135. 140 is a whole nother situation, man. We ain't even talk about Sabril Matias. We ain't talk about
T.O. Josh Taylor.
I mean, I think he beats Ryan. Yeah, I mean,
the dark horse in the 135 is Zepeda, though. Zepeda beats too.
William Zepeda?
Yeah, Zepeda beats too. He fight.
That's the one that's gonna fight Gesta that I'll show you on that zone graphic.
That boy a beast.
Yeah. All right.
But you know, we gonna see
another topic. We chop up the 140-pound division. So, ladies and gentlemen, we closing this episode out. I'm your host, Classic.
It's your boy Loso. In case you didn't know so. You guys like, subscribe, share, and yo, let them know, man. You want that real, raw and authentic boxing talk, man? Come see us, man. We out here.
Yeah, come see us, man. Come hang out with us, chop it up with us. You know what I mean? We're gonna talk about possibly the fight. Well, I'll probably talk about the fight tomorrow. I know my boy Lo's got a bunch of shit he got to take care of tomorrow. But I'll talk about that Chris Eubank and Liam Smith fight. That's tomorrow. You know that's tomorrow, right?
Yep.
Part 2. So I'll see if I can find some time to digest that event and give you guys my opinion. But either way, Eminent Sports Broadcasting, we signing out. Peace.
Yeah.